All righty, dighty. Everybody, good morning. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome in to the Hat and Beard Show. I kind of fumbled my words there. It's Monday morning, and this is what we're calling Slug Week. The week between Christmas and New Year's is just kind of there, man. I got to get through today and tomorrow, and then we're on another little holiday break there. And I don't know about any of you guys, but the holidays break away from work kind of helps me recalibrate things and kind of refocalize and remember what's important and whatnot. And, people at work might say the opposite because I don't have time for their shit anymore. I'm no longer willing to upmanage or be Mr. Nice Guy. I'm just going to be to the point because I don't like many people anymore. I got to spend the holidays with friends and well, no friends. I got to spend it with family and hat and boobs. And I like those people, and I don't like many other people. So most of the people kind of go kick rocks, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm just kind of fed up with the year and really looking forward to the start of the new year. I know the whole new year, new me, it's lame, it's whack. Just get after it. But, I'll be glad to turn the page on 2025, 2026. We got a lot coming, especially here from the Hat and Beard Show, so make sure you guys are notified and subscribed and all that stuff because we're going to... We are going to blitzkrieg you with content beginning the start of the new year. Make sure you're here for it. Y'all, though, hey, it's been a trend. It has been a trend, and my, certain voice inside my head would lead you to believe that makes me start to think that this is maybe some type of a globalist agenda when you look at the fact that the contract is up for the NFL referees at the end of this year. One might almost think that they are deliberately causing themselves to not sign a new contract due to the fact that the globalists are going to want to automate officiating in the NFL. But NFL fans fume as Steelers' final touchdown attempt ends with controversial no call. Steelers will meet the Ravens in Week 18 with an NFC North title and playoff spot on the line. It's almost like they want that to happen for ratings. No. Both teams are just that good. Both teams are just, this is all merit-based. It's all merit-based. It's all, both teams are just so good, you guys. Both teams are just so good. Nope, it is all to sell the tickets. But the NFL fans, Steelers fans, you guys should be pissed. You guys have, coming from a Lions fan, seeing bad officiating, that was a absolutely egregious no call in the end zone. And I am not an Aaron Rodgers fan. I am what one might call the opposite of a Aaron Doodly-Doo Rodgers football fan. I do like what he does on the offside of football. I think it's pretty funny. But not a big fan of the guy. Especially not a big fan of the Steelers, considering what went down with our beloved Lions. Now, in case you can't tell, if you're new here, this is Lions Channel. That's why I am dressed in my blue sky flight suit, ready to go for you guys. Me and Katy Perry are going to go be astronauts up in outer space. Let's go. Week 18 schedule. When will the Lions play the Bears? What's at stake? I look at the entire NFL Week 18 schedule. Lions versus Bears. And what's at stake in the regular season? Jeremy Reisman. We don't want to say the final article, but we're getting kind of towards the end of the year. And possibly one of the fewer last articles we'll read. Jeremy Reisman, tip of the hat to you all season long. I've been relying on your content. And you're a pretty good writer, dude. You're a pretty good writer. There are some that I don't like, and I'm going to be very honest with you, dude. I like what Jeremy Reisman does. But we're going to look at the Lions schedule, or the Week 18 matchup. There is something kind of cool about this game, upcoming Week 18. It's for nothing. It's for bragging rights. But there is a unique little twist on it. So, with every negative, you got to find a silver lining. And then we will go over and talk about Jared Goff. You guys seen him on the thumbnail. It says, Goff matters. Goff does matter. Jared Goff is the key to the Lions having a huge, some might say it's the best. Some might say it's the biggest, the best free agency period the Lions have ever seen. I'm not saying it. Everybody's saying it. That's what they're saying. But Jared Goff is he's kind of the linchpin to how the dollary dues are going to get distributed amongst teams. Jared Goff's restructure is game-changing moment the Lions need. Now, you guys know me. We subscribe to the Brett Coleman mathematics, the Colemanatics of it all. The salary cap is only as real as you want to make it out to be. Think of it as a 3D table instead of a 2D graph. But we can play some money games, and Jared Goff, gotta be a team player here, bud. Gotta do Tom Brady-like things. Gotta restructure your contract so we can go out there and spend some buckaroos on some players so that we can reload, recalibrate, go out on the attack next year. And how are we going to do that? Well, that starts with our coaching, not our head coach. No, and I will not hear any Dan Campbell, nor will I hear any Kelvin Shepard slander. But obviously, you guys know Johnny Mo screens. Johnny no screens. You got to go. Johnny Mo. See ya, bud. But the Lions do need to address the offensive coordinator position. Now, I've been kind of a guy that's like, when you look at the elite body of head coaches in the NFL, they tend to do the majority of the play calling themselves. Dan Campbell, statistically, is pretty good at that, at least when you look at the metrics. Yes, we didn't have a historically good offense like we had last year. However, we were still a very, very good top 5 offense this year by the metrics, and that was after Dan Campbell took over play calling duties for the Detroit Lions. But he does need someone who knows the system, knows what to do, and can advise Dan Campbell. Now, I have... privately, not so much publicly, but that war drum's coming out, baby. That war drum's coming out, and I tell you, it's not a normal drum. That drum doesn't have a skin stretched across it. No. That drum has wood covering on it. That's right. I'm talking around here at the Hat and Beard Show in Grandma Studio 1. We are wanting John Gruden to be the offense coordinator for the Detroit Lions. Knock on wood if you're with me, men. Let's go. But A to Z Sports got us a little article. Lions may be looking to steal their next OC back from the Bears, but they'll have competition. This is get ready. We're going to be going down rabbit holes and chasing smoke to see if there's fire all offseason while we figure out what is to do. Now, I don't know if there's any weight behind this, but there is a possibility, and there seems to be quite a bit of scuttlebutt. It's also possibly just a big talking point. But we will address that. Who could it be? It's probably that guy right there, if you know who it is. Good old Ohio State, J.T. Barrett. That's right, J.T. Barrett could be our next offense coordinator. We will discuss that and much more, taking your chats along here with the poll. Don't forget, best/worst week of the year. Yeah, slug week, baby. Walking away with 75% of the 12 votes. 25% you say, I love it. Strippers like me too. That's totally cool for you, and very... very good luck with all of your endeavors. If you could, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell so you can be notified every single time we go live Monday through Friday. And you got to get ready. You got to keep that. Get ready for the onslaught of content that will be just bombarding you guys. Look, I have a model that I'm going to follow. Okay. And if you know, we are going to approach this with a very Tim Pool approach to it. I'm doubling down on Hat and Beard Show, and you guys in Mad Hatter Nation, I hope you're here for the ride, because we're going to try our absolute best. Got working on a little bit of a story around Proctor there out of Alabama. Big fan of him, but I'm hearing a little bit of scuttlebutt from the Crimson Tide faithful. Maybe not so good. We will investigate those type of stories, all kinds of different stuff. It won't be the live show. It'll just be standalone videos, as well as prospect spotlight videos leading up to the draft. That's a little bit of content that we kind of hopefully grow and get more of you guys into Mad Hatter Nation. So make sure you got the notification bell turned on so that you can be notified every time we upload something. You can be one of the first to watch it, and you can help me share it around. That's the other thing you can do with this video. Share this around, share the stream around with all your friends and family. If they like the Detroit Lions, like talking football, enjoy free speech, and are big fans of the United States, well, they belong in Mad Hatter Nation. This is where we are. Slap like on the video, and let's get into the show.
If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well, then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
Shout out, chat. You guys are really getting after today. I do got to just quickly, I agree with you. Cherry barrel bonds. I'll take a hot waitress over a hot stripper 10 out of 10 times. Strippers, not so wild about the strippers. Not a big fan. I don't I've been to a strip club a couple times. It's I don't know. Seems kind of dumb. I don't know. NFL fans fume as Steelers' final touchdown attempt ends with controversial no call. Did you guys see this? Did you watch it? Did you see the story being built so that we can have a classic AFC North matchup between the Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers and the Baltimore Ravens? Week 18 might be snowing out that we want to do everything we can to force an NFL scripted classic. Yes, Scion, they will watch now. They'll have all of their eyeballs after the start of the new year. They'll say, "New year, new me." And then on Sunday, they will sit down with their bucket of chicken wings and their bottles of beer, and they will slip right back into old habits. Yes, Sire. Yes, it will work out perfectly, Sire. This is an absolutely perfect game. It's a trash game, and I have no interest in it. The NFL is not scripted nor rigged, but it is predetermined. Steelers will meet Ravens in Week 18 with the NFC North title and playoff spot on the line. And all I'm saying is, NFL, you could, if you were gonna do it, you could have thrown us a bone, right? People like us more than they like the Ravens and the Steelers. You could have thrown the Lions a bone and not just totally rammed it down our keisters all season long, and had a great matchup this Week 18. Think of the storylines between Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell and all that nonsense, right? But no, you opted to, continue to shit on Detroit, because why not? We are the league's punching bag. And to that point, have you noticed that there are two teams, right, with very similar trajectories? The number one seed in the AFC last year, the Kansas City Chiefs, eliminated from playoff contention. The national feeling is, oh my gosh, Lord Patrick. Oh, his knee. And what about Swift? What about Travis Swifty? Will he return or will he retire? Oh, the chefs. Oh, the chefs. But Detroit, the number one seed from the NFC last year, also eliminated from playoff contention. How quickly they just like to kick a horse, just beat that dead horse and kick a man while he's down. They quickly, we are now the jokes, the punching bag, right back to the old mentality of the Lions. And I'm like, hey, thanks, dicks, bunch of bandwagon jumping fuckheads. The Cleveland Browns hung on to defeat the Steelers on Sunday, 13-6. Wah, giving quarterback Shedeur Sanders a marquee victory in his rookie season and forcing a battle of the NFC North Division title between Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Ooh, doesn't it just feel like a classic matchup between Ben Roethlisberger and Ray Lewis? A good old slugfest. No, it feels forced. It feels fake. It feels forced. It's retarded. Just let meritocracy run wild. The Steelers' final play of the game had NFL fans asking for a penalty flag. Aaron Rodgers hoped to find wide receiver MVS in the end zone for a score with 21 seconds left. However, Browns quarterback Denzel Ward was on Valdez-Scantling to break up the play and help Cleveland seal the victory. Ward appeared to jump with Valdez-Scantling simultaneously, getting his arms up as the pass came into Rodgers' intended target. Ward didn't look at the ball, and there appeared to be contact between him and the receiver as the ball came in. To this, I will say, first, no flag was thrown on the play, and Cleveland came out the victor. Pittsburgh. Doesn't feel good, does it? Yeah. Don't worry. You get used to it after decades. Oh, it hurts real bad, doesn't it? That's what that's like, that's what drives me nuts, is when it happens to 31 other teams in the NFL. Oh, the outrage. Oh, the wailing and mashing of teeth. Oh, the grinding of gears. Everyone is outraged with officiating. But when infinitely more egregious things happen to the Detroit Lions, it's every excuse in the book. And Detroit Lions fans get told, shut up, you're just being a whiny baby back bitch. That's fucked. That's the long and short of it. You're fucked. All right, so just it sucks for you, Pittsburgh. Yes, it does. You guys got hosed. I'm going to be very honest. We're going to take a look at the play. You got absolutely hosed, but Cry me a river, you get used to it, get good. I don't know, any other excuses that you all have hung on us for decades at this point. Go ahead and write it down, right? Like, remember whatever your best Detroit Lions quit whining, y'all are a bunch of babies, blah, 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 insult that y'all be like to throwing around on Twitter, right? Go ahead and just write it down. Just write it down. Just take your time. Go ahead. Get one of these. This is a pen. Okay, this is a pen. And this is an actual notebook. Okay, I know. Don't use your phone. Don't use your phone. Okay, for this, you need to have actual tactile response. You need to have a physical item in your possession. Good. Now, class, have we gone ahead and done that? And I don't mean class, I mean you Pittsburgh Steelers assholes. Now that you have that pen and paper, go ahead and write it down. Okay. Did you write it down? Did you write your best Lions insult? Did you draw out a gif of someone sticking a pacifier in baby Dan Campbell's mouth? All that stuff. Did you do it? Okay, good. All right. So what I'm going to need you to do with that is take that, okay, and I need you to fold it up real nice, real professional. And I mean like nice and symmetrical, you know, so that it looks really presentable. Okay? Have you gone ahead and done that? All right, cool. Now I'm going to need you to go ahead and take that and shove it straight up your ass because I don't care. I'm not here for it. Fuck you. Get fucked. I don't give a shit. Y'all can go and cry me a fucking river. It sucks ass, doesn't it? Yeah, you baby back bitch. But I will admit this is an absolutely ridiculous no call. Here we go. Can you guys see it okay on the camera, on the screen? All right, good. So here we go. This is the pass play here. You're going to see Ward up here on MVS up on the top. Rodgers is going to go right after him. And, yeah. Credit to Ryan Gatos. I've been holding you a little bit more accountable, and I see your writing is getting a little bit better, actually identifying players properly. You will see Denzel Ward, makes absolute, and this is not something that I would expect out of a player of Denzel Ward's caliber. Yes, not the top echelon of corners, but he's not a jag. He's somewhere just above mediocre, good, not great, solid one in a pinch. Would rather him be your reliable number two. In my opinion, at this point, better than Terry and Arnold, but not as good as, say, like a Patrick Surtain, obviously. But Denzel Ward, he's not a scrub by any stretch of the imagination. This is not something you would expect him to do. You would expect him as a veteran now to be able to get his head around and make the play on the ball. And it was just all bad. Here we go. Rodgers going to throw, zip, and look at him. Blah, just blanketed him. Just blanketed him.
The Browns have pulled off the upset.
Yeah, that's it. Like, here we go. He just blanketed him. So, all right, here we go. You guys know me and watching film. So the ball's in the air. Ball's in the air. MVS is tracking it. He's located. He's going up to high point it, right? You see MVS's hands in the bright yellow. Denzel Ward, completely airborne head. I mean, he is literally just trying to face guard MVS. Makes no attempt to get his head around. And the Browns helmets are very, very telling because they have the vertical stripes down the middle of their helmet, so you can tell which direction the head is turning and if it makes any rotation. And he's just blanket, and MVS has the ball and then doesn't have the ball. I really wish I could get another angle of this, zoom around and see from the back and from their chest angle, because, actually, when you slow this down, look at me sounding like 31 other teams in the NFL. When you slow it down, actually, maybe the refs did make the right call. Maybe you guys are just whiny. Actually, you know what? DeKalin, Metcalf, and the rest of the Pittsburgh Steelers, you guys are just whiny little bitches. This isn't nothing. Nope, this is actually good defense. Good defense. I don't understand what you're crying about. I actually don't I'm not being sarcastic. Upon second watching, I don't think this is a bad call. Actually, how do you feel, Mad Hatter Nation? What do you guys think about this? Is this? Because here's the thing. I guess you could say contact's initiated a little early right there. But is he obstructing the receiver's ability to come down with the pass? My question would be, where is the ball at? Is this the ball right here, just outside of MVS's hands? If so, was MVS, is he in a rotation area here? Because his legs are kind of, what's his position at? How does he come down? Yeah, it looks like he was trying to turn to get it. Okay, all right, so I guess, boy, I don't know, man. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but didn't there used to be a thing called whatever happened to uncatchable ball in NFL for DPI calls? DPI shouldn't be called if the pass is clearly uncatchable, but it's rarely enforced, leading to frustrations as ref throw flags, overthrown balls. So there is no. If the pass is clearly overthrown, out of bounds, or otherwise impossible to catch, and I'm not trying to. This is not me trying to say that pass was at all uncatchable. I just had a thought. My stream of consciousness pulled me in this direction. Do you guys remember these like uncatchable balls calls? What's up, A Quick? Good to see you, man. Lions don't deserve game 272. They probably won't even be competitive this weekend. Yeah, DC and Prey. It's not going to be a fun game to watch. Hell yeah, Cherry. I appreciate that. Rodgers forced the ball to him 3 times in a row. Blame Rodgers for ball placement not having better options. Well, there you go, Jack. There you go. You know what I'm saying? So if I didn't watch the game, I had to work yesterday. So uncatchable was a good. Yes, you guys remember that? Uncatchable balls, dude. That used to be a thing. They used to be like, well, it doesn't matter if it was DPI or not because the pass was. He's not going to jump 17 feet in the fucking air. All right? That ball was so grossly overthrown, there was no fucking way he was going to catch it. But now they're like, no. Look, in a world where 2 + 2 = 5, where men can give birth to children and women think that they're men, any ball can be caught. All you have to do is identify as a receiver who can catch that ball, and PI is coming your way. Coming in 2026, NFL rules experts make sure that the offense gets every advantage possible. Bunch of dildos, man. Yeah, so here you go. No opportunity, no foul. Pass clearly overthrown. Applies to contact. This exception only negates pass interference. Other fouls like defensive holding or illegal contact before the ball is thrown still can occur. Okay, that makes sense, right? But while the ball is in the air, if it's so grossly overthrown, but we see it time and time and time again. Now, I am not taking away or trying to mitigate. I'm very, I don't know, man. What do you guys, I'm not going to lie, this is a tough one. And now imagine trying to make this call. They're in Cleveland, too. Yeah, that's a catchable pass. I'd like to be able to zoom in. I really wish I could zoom in and spin around. There's got to be an angle right here. I mean, there's camera here. There's camera here. There's camera here. MVS, Denzel Ward. Here we go. There's kind of a better angle of it. Blurry photo. Okay. All right. Yep. You can clearly see Denzel Ward's hand through the frame of MVS, and his hand is completely on the left bicep of MVS, and that's obstructing his ability to catch a clearly catchable pass. Though I do agree with Jack on the statement of he went to him too many times in a row, and it's predictable. That is completely fair. You're completely justified in that statement. But this is Yep. From this other angle confirms it. Just watching it in real time, it looked pretty bad. Then we got to break it down. I mean, we broke it down right there with you guys. Can I please get another? There has to be another angle. Yeah, so there you can actually see him. Yeah, he's got both hands on him. He's got both hands all over him. That's bad. That's a bad no call. That's really agree. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's the angle you want right there. Got him. Got him right there in 4K. Right there. You guys seeing this, right? Here we go. Cleveland.com/Browns. All right, here we go. Cleveland.com. Guys. Come on. Come on. Damn, yo, this photographer crushed it. Who got this? Was it Ashley Bastock? Is she the writer or the photographer? Because, dude, whoever got these pictures got them. That was, look at that. I mean, yeah, the ball's already past him, but just look at this. I mean, they got it like second by second by second, you know? Man. Yeah, I'd like to sit up here on my high horse and tell y'all that Steelers are a bunch of whiny baby back bitches. Nah, dude, they... And really, you would have a lot more ground to stand on if Ward had turned his head at all. But this is just bad coverage, bad reaction. This is as bad as the Rams-Saints NFC Championship game PI. This is bad. This is just bad, guys. That's just egregious. I mean, my God, he's manhandling him. He's completely obstructing his ability to make a play on the ball. Now, there is an argument to say MVS should still be able to catch this ball in some capacity. But if he was being, all right, let's really split hairs here. He could have made an attempt on it with his right arm to corral it into his left arm. Without a better angle, which we have seen that he is obstructing him a little bit from the backside. It could be said, though, this motion right here looks like he was still able to fluidly move his right arm. So there should be an argument that he should have made the catch, but that is bad. And this play right here, this picture, is the closest you could say that it wasn't a DPI because his head is at least facing the ball. The problem is that the ball is 3 yards behind him already. Bro. And the bitch of it is Denzel Ward was a guy I kind of thought the Lions could maybe make a move at in a trade package to Cleveland. Yeah, dude, that's bad. That's Terrion Arnold levels of bad, bro. Damn, brother. Got him in 4K, boys. Good on the photographers. Let's head on over to the NFL Week 18 schedule about the Lions. It's like the script is written for the refs, so they have to dispute each call every week. What's up, Mr. Figs? So we're always talking about the NFL. That's a good point, Mr. Figs. That's a good point. Here I am talking about it, wasting my time and energy. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Trippy? He didn't turn around, penalty on the Lions every time. Dude, I honestly, Trippy, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised that they didn't throw a flag on that play and then try and penalize Brian Branch for the Lions. They'd have been like, illegal contact, number 32 of the Detroit Lions, penalty against the Lions next week to start the game, and Brian Branch is going to be fined for the actions of Denzel Ward. I'm honestly surprised they didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Ref said they had not received the appropriate amount of funds in time to throw a flag on the play. Yeah, dude. That's the thing, dude. And that's like when there's all this controversy around the NFL and you would think that you would quality control, guys. You would think, right? In any other industry, you start fucking up this bad to where the national consumer is like, what the hell is going on? Quality control. But the NFL just goes, no. You're stupid. We're right. This is not a defensive pass interference. And I'm going to be very honest, guys. I was trying to find every possible avenue to explain it away because not too pleased with the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. I like Mike Tomlin, like TJ Watt, but this ain't it, boys. That ain't it. Pittsburgh Steelers fans have every right to be pissed, and the NFL fans the fandom of the NFL, not just teams in particular, but if you consume the NFL product and you are forced to buy 5 different streaming services to watch the games at the back end of the year, is this the product that you can comfortably sit there and say, I am glad that I spent my money and I spent my time wisely on this type of a product, on this kind of a product? We should be demanding more. The NFL should be held accountable. I refuse to believe that there is a large enough contingent of NFL consumers, longtime NFL consumers, 30 plus years of consuming the NFL, okay, that there are enough people sitting there going, welcome to Costco. I love you. That's a good product. Well, it probably is. Because the majority of them are just like, between commercials, they kick it over to ouch my balls, and they're yelling, go away, I'm baiting. That's, now that I think about it. We in Mad Hatter Nation, unfortunately, guys, I think we are in the minority. I really do think that us here in Mad Hatter Nation, which is why, subscribe to the channel. This is a bastion of sanity and a sea of nonsense, guys. We are in a little island out here on our own, trying to fight the good fight, doing our thing, but I can't do it without your guys' support, so make sure you're subscribed and do all the things. NFL Week 18 schedule. When is the Lions versus Bears? What is at stake? Let's take a little looky-loo. Jeremy Reisman. Shout out Jeremy Reisman. My guy is, I really feel like this guy's been crushing it all season long. For what it's worth, brother. I think you're doing a bang-up job, dude. So when is the game? Well, it's going to be on Sunday, January 4th at 4:25 p.m., as pointed out by M Live, right? That means that every single Lions road game this season will kick off at a non-1 p.m. time slot. 6 games were at the 4:20 or 4:30. 2 were Sunday Night Football games, and 1 was a Monday Night Football game. So all of our road games just kind of goes to show you that you don't get all of the late slot games being a 3-13 squad, being an 0-16 team, right? But when you are even failing to meet expectations set forth at the beginning of the season, right, Super Bowl or bust, but you're still a relatively good product and you're an exciting team to watch, so good and exciting that the NFL has to manipulate the outcome of the games so that you don't break everyone's brain, wills, and souls. You're going to be getting the slots because you're more marketable, and the NFL should at some point take notice that the Lions are a very marketable team. We travel really, really well. We are actually America's team, no matter how much the powers that be, the NFL, everybody else pulling the strings, want Detroit to be a failure both as a city and as a professional sports team. There's something about the resilience of the American spirit that refuses to die in the 3-1-3, dude. It's absolutely awesome. What channel is the Lions game on? Oh, it's going to be on Fox. Big surprise. Announcing teams have not been revealed. Well, we know that if it's Thomas Brady, we're going to lose. What's at stake for the Lions? In terms of playoff stakes, there are none. However, there are 2 notable things to track based on the game's outcome. First, if the Lions lose to the Bears, they will clinch a 4th-place schedule for the 2026 season, which looks like a pretty big advantage. Detroit will also clinch a 4th-place schedule if the Vikings beat the Packers, a team that is locked into the 7th seed in the playoffs. Additionally, the 2026 NFL draft order will be impacted by the result of this game. As of this morning, the Lions currently sit in the 15th spot in the draft order. They could finish anywhere between 11 and 18 based on Week 18 results. I get the... That was weird. I just heard this weird buzzing in my ear.
Are they coming to get me? Is it the interdimensional shape-shifting child molesters that are trying to take over the world? Are they on to me? Is it the globalists trying to stop our free speech platform here at Hat and Beard Show? Make sure that you subscribe to the channel.
There it is again. Are you guys getting that on your end, or is it just me? That's weird, dude. I wonder if I'm getting crosstalk on cables. Anyway, I don't like the idea. Like, I get the idea, ooh, yeah, just picking outside the top 10, make some Play-Doh snakes, sitting there. Everything kind of sets up. Maybe a guy like Caden Proctor slides. Maybe David Bailey slides, you know. I think there's pretty good offensive linemen we can get in the second round that nobody's looking at. This tackle out of Northwestern that I'm like, ooh, yeah, there's our guy. He ain't very flashy, but he's a wall of a human being. So like Slaughter at Florida. So what I'm looking at is if we are, for whatever reason, in the 11th spot, you're trading out, right? We're trading out. If we're sitting at 11, we're trading out, right? You know what I'm saying? They're activating me. Yeah, no, I hear you, broski, but here's the thing, man. I trust Trippy, so I get what you're saying, dude. The problem is if you're gonna be like spamming my chat or whatever, my mods can do what they want, dude. Look, mods. There's a reason why I give you guys the blue wrench. I don't just hand them out, right? I trust you guys to do your thing. So, you know, it is what it is, man. Sorry. All right, you guys didn't get any bullshit either. They're just activating me. Right on, Trippy. They're just activating me. Yeah, dude, I totally understand. I got my $7,000 check in the mail, so. Boom. I mean, you're not wrong, Trippy. You're not wrong, though. That is kind of a liberal take. I will give you that. That is kind of one of their talking points, but you know, not necessarily wrong. All right, so what's at stake for the Bears? After losing to the Niners on Sunday night, Chicago no longer can earn the number 1 seed in the NFC. Good. If they beat the Lions, they're locked into the 2 seed and will host the Packers in the wild card round. If they lose to the Lions and the Eagles beat the Commies, Chicago will drop to the 3 seed and play whichever NFC West team finishes as the 6 seed. It could be the Niners, Seahawks, or Rams. And, I don't think you want to square off against any of those 3 teams in your first round of the playoffs, Chicago. Seattle, yeah, they're not as perennial as the other 2, but man, the Rams, dude, the Rams are pretty loaded, bro. And the Niners are always good when it gets to the playoff time. Kyle Shanahan's a great coach, dude, a great coach. American Boxer, the Bears look good yesterday, even in the loss. Yeah, dude, and that's kind of the thing, dude, is that, like, I will admit, Ben Johnson has really fixed Caleb Williams. Now, to see if that actually holds true, like, long-term, or if this is just a one-year thing and the NFL figures him out, whatever, but I got to give credit where credit is due. Ben Johnson, JT Barrett, I'm not saying, when you look at the numbers of Caleb Williams compared to, like, a Jared Goff, he's very mid, but when you look at where he was last year and the growth he made, it's commendable, right? I mean, we're gonna call him like we see him: ball strikes, asshole to elbow. I mean, he's come a long way in 1 year, and it can't be said that it's not Ben Johnson. I can't say that it is, but I can't say that it's not Ben Johnson. You know, there's a reason that they brought him in here. So, guys, I imagine that some of you are like, "What do you mean? If we win, we get the 6th." Where is it? Where we go? Come on, get up here. Here we go. What's at stake? Detroit will clinch the 4th place schedule. So I know you're like, what do you mean, like 4th place schedule? What does that mean? So the NFL has this goofy little schedule.
So now,
thing.
of course, the 17 game.
God damn it. And I got it pulled up here. We're gonna let the NFL just quickly explain it to us.
So now, in course of 17 games, you're gonna have every team plays their 3 division opponents, each home and away. So that's 6 games. Then every team in that division will play another division in their own conference, 2 home, 2 away. So that's 4 more games. That's 10 total. And then they'll play a division in the other conference in its entirety, 2 home, 2 away. So that's 14 total. Now there's 2 more in your conference by standings. The first place team in the East will play the first place team in the South and the West. The second place will play the 2 seconds. The third will play the 2 thirds. So that's 2 more games for 16. And now in an expanded season, we'll do the same in the other conference. We'll play an inter-conference game against a division that you are not playing already this year, that you didn't play last year, that you're not playing next year, and that'll be a standings-based game. This is now even more places to put each of those games. And they can go now in any one of 17 weeks. So the solution space was already infinite. So now in course of 17
There, did that make any sense to y'all? Is it about as clear as mud? Yeah, it's about as clear as mud. So the NFL scheduling really does kind of come. Okay, get this out of here.
So now, in course of 17
The
games,
NFL
you're gonna
does
have
kind of
every team plays their
close. Thank you. A formula, right, for how NFL teams, how the scheduling works. Mike Vrabel or the Jags head. Ooh, Coach of the Year. Well, Brent DeWitt, that is a really good question. Appreciate it, Scurry. Everybody be safe out there. Go Lions. Hell yeah. Who wins Coach of the Year? Ben Johnson, Mike Vrabel, or the Jags coach? Yeah, that's a good question, dude. Just because of media markets, although it's not to take away from what he was able to do, the Jags have come a long way, right? What is it? Cohen? Is that their head coach or something like that? He's come a long way, right? They did a lot with very, very little, but they're in a dumpster fire of a conference. Mike Vrabel, insane turnaround in 1 year. And Ben Johnson and Mike Vrabel, I think every argument you can make for one, you can make for the other. The question, I think it'll come down to those two guys. Let's see. As much as I hate to say it, I think Ben Johnson has the advantage. And the reason is because Mike Vrabel has already won Coach of the Year. And I know that, just because he's won it once doesn't mean he can't win it again. Correct. But because he's already won it once, excuse me, he already kind of knows what to do. This isn't his first time being a head coach. Ben Johnson is a first-time head coach. On the inverse of that, I do think that the Patriots have done, personally, I think both conferences are about equally as competitive, a little bit of variance between the four teams in each division. But yeah, I would, man, that's a tough one because I think the Patriots have done more with less. I think Drake May is a much better quarterback at this point in their career, and he's doing it with less talented weapons around him. And you can't say, well, one plays in a dome and one plays outside, one plays in warm, one plays in cold. It's a very, very tough decision, and it will be interesting to see how it shakes out. Biased opinion, Mike Vrabel. I fucking love Mike Vrabel. I think he's the man. Unbiased, try to take everything that I know and feel about it away. It's got to be Ben Johnson. It has to be Ben Johnson. He's done more in his first year, right, than most other coaches are able to do. And I will say, to a degree, has fixed Caleb Williams, though the numbers aren't on par with a Drake May or a Jared Goff or anybody else that should be in the MVP conversation. But the Bears have a little bit better of a running game, I would say, at this point. Better talent in the running back room than the Patriots. They have better wide receivers. Odunze and Moore are better than just Steph Diggs and question mark. I guess Mac Hollins. I guess you'd have to give it to Ben Johnson, but that is not what I would be voting for Mike Vrabel. I would vote for Mike Vrabel, but again, I'm very biased towards Ben Johnson. But that's a good question. That is a really good question, Brent. That is a really good question, something we'll have to keep an eye on. Get that playoff win, then talk Broski how he used to be. See, then Johnny Moore screens. Lions want that simple plan, which would be someone who can run what we're supposed to have this year. Exactly. John Morton's attitude is very complacent. From the first press conference, his comments showed me the winning wasn't important to him. American Boxer, I agree with you. I do agree with you. The thing that maybe we're not acknowledging is he might not be as rah-rah as Dan Campbell and Calvin Shepard and Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn and Deuce Staley and Antoine Randall and Hank Fraley and Mark Brunell. We are used to our coaches having a little bit more personality, a little bit more high-octane energy, and if you pay attention outside of Ben Johnson, every player or every coach that I just listed off is a former player in the NFL and not just a guy, but a guy who played at a high level. Yes, John Morton did play in the NFL, but it wasn't to the extent of a Mark Brunell, of a Calvin Shepard, of a Hank Fraley. You know what I'm saying? But that just might not be his personality, though I do agree with you. He didn't pass the vibe checks from day one, bro. I completely agree with you. And yes, I'm going to stand here and be very honest with you guys. I tried to believe, and I tried to get you all to believe that he was going to be the answer. In about week 4, I started to realize that he's not the answer. And we've seen Dan Campbell start to fix things himself. And we are all now assuming the inevitable, Monday morning. This time next week, I'm not trying to be a bad person and say I hope for someone to lose their job. But this time next week, I am actually hoping to be reporting on that John Morton has been terminated as the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. And you guys know where I'm at with this. I'm a big fan of John Gruden. $21 million on the hook for Decker next year. He better retire. I agree with you, Trippy. He better get his ass out of here. I'm a former Navy SEAL. Where winning is everything. Second place is first loser. Hell yes, dude. Hell yes, brother. I completely agree with you. And American Boxer, I think to that degree, I think that that mentality, you have it, I have it. And I think that a lot of us here at Mad Hatter Nation have the winner's mentality. If you ain't first or last, Ricky Bobby, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no second place winner. You're just the first place loser, And when we see it not reflected in coaches, you start to kind of, maybe that ain't right. When you look at the body of Dan Campbell, the body of work of Calvin Shepard, the body of work of Aaron Glenn, all these guys are rah-rah players, leaders on the field, leaders in the locker room, leaders as coaches. And John Morton's just like, there's no difference between the way John Morton acts and the way that the assistant manager at your local Ford Garage Service Center acts. You know what I'm saying? And if he wasn't coaching in the NFL, he'd basically be one of those dudes. Like he looks like I used to turn wrenches, but now I moved up to the office. You know what I'm saying? One of those type deals. I think Decker will try out one more. Oh, no, Brent, don't put that out there, dude. We need Taylor Decker to retire. Not because of the money, not because of he's not a great player anymore. He's still a good player, not a great player. But because here at Mad Hatter Nation, at least from Grandma Studio 1 where I'm sitting, we advocate for players to be able to walk away from the game while they can still walk away from the game, even if it does feel a little premature. And Taylor Decker is in that same boat as Frank Ragnow. Look, I'll keep saying it until I'm blue in the face. Frank Ragnow took a whole year off, more or less, came back and said, I've never felt better. I'm ready to go. And they're like, your hamstring's falling off your leg, dude. And he goes, oh. They're like, yeah, it ain't going to work. So Taylor Decker, he might be feeling great this time, after the offseason, but the reality is, dude, you got to start to listen to your body. And unfortunately, it's the time to not be selfish, Taylor Decker. You need to decide whether you're going to move on or not so that the organization can decide what they're going to do moving forward, because ultimately the NFL is a machine, Self-deports. That's awesome. Not saying that's why, but we haven't won consecutive games since Johnny Moe was demoted. The O-line was the biggest problem, not OC. You're not wrong, Rick. Our offensive line was really, really bad. It really was. Decker's mom needs to have a talk with him, needs to retire. If Decker adjusts his salary, I would like him to back up his replacement and be a great backup, conserve his body, and be helpful. Kind of that mentor-type position. I agree with you on that one, Jack. He needs, if he wants to, then contractual restructuring and then the mentor mentality, But who knows? Maybe he's been trying to do that and it hasn't been working out so well, and we've been having to play him because guys like Manu just aren't it. The big key to our offense or our offseason is going to be Jared Goff, right? He's going to have to restructure this contract, guys, right? It's all about the void years. Can I please pause you? Thank you. Just up in the field of the cap of, okay, here we go. Christmas Day. The only thing anyone wanted to talk about is Jared Goff and his near $70 million cap hit he has coming up in 2026. The fact is, if you think he steps onto the field with a cap hit in 2026, with that cap hit, you're crazy. We've been talking about this for some time now, and this is prime time for Goff to work out his contract restructuring that can take a huge offseason, that can make for a huge offseason for the Lions. Here's how it works. Guys, remember we talked about this, right? Because of the Colemanetics, however you want, Brett Coleman breaking it down. It's all about the void years. Right now, if you look at Goff's contract, he has one void year on his deal, and that year doesn't have any money attached to it. It's just a fake season to spread his signing bonus, lower the short-term cap hit. The void years is going to be where the Lions can put some money to help lower Goff's cap hit in 2026. Let's break it down. So here you go. If dead money and cap savings, he comes into 2026 making $69.6 million with a pre-cap hit of $98 million and savings of $29 million. You can see how it kind of builds out. And he's got a void year back here in 2029 where he'll be playing essentially for free. There are two different ways the Lions can go about this. They can either stick with the one void year they have now or opt to add additional void years and spread things out. For the second option, Goff would have to agree to it. Here's what it would look like with both. Without adding an extra void year, $55 million, 1.3 minimum base salary of $53.7 million, new signing bonus. That's $13.425 million per season with the signing bonus proration. Cap hit in 2026 of was that 14.5 plus signing bonuses carved. Cap savings for 2026 if he restructures it of $40 million. With adding max void years, they'd end up having $42.9 million. Adding extra void years might look attractive because it adds nearly $3 million extra and drops his 2026 cap hit down to about $1.3 million. But that does push off a lot of money to the future, and it makes things a little bit more difficult later. Essentially, they would have a significant cap hit from Goff in 2030 when he's 36 years old and may not even be on the team anymore. The cleaner way to do this is the first way, and the Lions could even add a real year. It extends Goff's cap hit out to 2029, and that void year becomes an extra year for him, but it also gives the Lions an escape route out of the deal after the 2028 season if Goff regresses. That opens up $40 million for the Lions to use this offseason and would move that Lions from near the bottom of the league in cap availability to near top 5. That's assuming that Goff is the only player who restructures his deal. The downside of restructure is that it adds the same amount of future years. In the case without an extra void year, Goff's 2027 cap hit would jump from $54 million to $68 million. Now, I just while reading that number, we're just going to keep that $40 million in cap space. What's this? Ooh. What would it take, guys? Well, guys, I don't think Max Crosby is going to be able to come to Detroit. Guys, as much as I want Mad Max to come to Detroit, that's a big number. I don't think we can afford Max Crosby, guys, even if we were to restructure Goff, lose Decker. We're putting a lot into one player. Totally worth it, though. Totally worth it, in my opinion. How do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about this? Some stickers and stuff for you. Oh, hell yeah. That's appreciate that. I would not restructure Goff's contract. I'd bite the bullet and get that shit out of the way. Hell yeah, Rick. I understand. Need to find a way to trade Reed post June 1st, too. Damn, Trippy, you're already out on DJ Reed? Damn. Goff is currently 5th highest cap, and next season, turn a bunch of that into bonus money. Yeah, Crosby is a pipe dream. Yeah, I know he is, dude. I know Crosby's a pipe dream, but he clearly is done. He don't want to be in Vegas no more. You seen him shooting hoops with his daughter on Instagram and shit. I agree with you. American Boxer, Jake Slaughter is the guy. I'm out on his $18 million. That's totally fair, Trippy. And didn't Reed sign like a 3-year deal? $3-year, $48 million. Yeah, so it'd be a couple years. Total value. Reed feels crucial. Brings experience. Signing bonus, guaranteed base salary. 4 void years are added to the salary cap flexibility. Oh, okay. So that's how we were able to do it. We got him on the void year shit. I don't know, man. I get what you're saying with the money on him, dude. But did he play that bad? Excuse me. I mean, I know he didn't play great. Excuse me. Oh. Yeah, he didn't play so great. Yeah. Allowing an 80 passer rating. That's not good. Only allowed 34 catches, though, but only had 3 PBUs. Now, he did miss a good chunk of time. He's 64th in coverage snaps. I do not like that. Yeah. All right. I can understand wanting to move off of DJ Reed. I can understand that. Let's see what Arnold graded out at. About the same. About the damn same. Yeah, okay. You know what, Trippy? If it makes sense and we can get out of it, I'm totally understanding and on board with getting rid of DJ Reed. Why pay that kind of money for a Terrion Arnold when you already have Terrion Arnold on a rookie contract? You know what I'm saying? Time for Brad to go after him. Yeah, Jack, is he hurt or is he hurt? You know what I'm saying? Maybe Crosby will take less to fulfill his dream of being a Lion. Maybe, Mom. That'd be dope. If Crosby is hurt, Brad already picked up the phone. I didn't even Nice, Brent. Nicely done. Yeah, dude. Brent's right. Brad's already called probably 6 times. He's calling on Christmas Eve like, oh, Christmas present for the Lions? You want to trade us broken Max Crosby? Yes, the Lions need corners that are taller than 5'9". I totally agree with you on that one, guys. Well, we're going to bail on this story. It's just a little fluff piece, a filler. We're going to get used to the filler stories, guys. We're going to be going down rabbit holes that have no smoke at the bottom of them. But we're going to go ahead and wrap today up. I do appreciate each and every one of you hanging out today. We got 18 votes in the poll. Best/worst work week of the year. 78% of you say, yeah, slug week, baby. 22% of you say, I love it. Strippers like me too. We're going to go ahead and close that poll. I appreciate all you guys taking part in the chat. Thanks for stopping by, hanging out, and engaging in the chat. Hopefully it was entertaining. We earned your subscription. If not, come back tomorrow. Maybe we can do it again another time. But stay safe out there, guys. We got a little tail end of the snow still coming down here in mid-Michigan. You Florida boys, though, soak up the sunshine because it sucks up here. It sucks up here. That's for dang sure. Stay out of trouble. Have a good rest of your day. We'll be back right here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. doing it all over again. I've been Hattenbeard. You've been an attentive audience. Until then, bonga bonga. Frig off.